new friends, and that's always great. A lot of work acquaintances, fellow teachers with Becky, and just plain guests. And just like to welcome all of you. Special thank yous to a few people, Rich and Jerry and Nan and Pat and Jill. I got to thank you. You not only opened your home, you opened your hearts to my daughter over the years. And I can never thank you enough for that. It just means more to me than you could ever imagine. Also, I'd like to bring to attention my mom and dad. It's been a rough couple of years. It's been a rough couple of years, and as many of you know, we almost lost my father last year. But both of them are warriors, obviously. And it's just a blessing and a gift to all of us to have them here. Also, I would be remiss, there's a couple of people that aren't here with us, and that would be Catherine and Bill Barr, Becky's maternal grandparents. And I miss Bill's wisdom, which was based basically on use your own common sense. And Kate, I don't even know where to start. I miss her kindness, I miss her laugh, and I know I'm not the only one that misses those cherry cheese pies. She was, only on top of Mrs. Sarubi. The family understands that. Let's see, who else? Oh, I've always told my kids, as you go through life, you get involved with different people. Sometimes things don't work out the way you plan. But you always have to remember who to tip your hat to. Who made your life better, who you're beholden to. And Becky's mom, Eileen, as always, I tip my hat for giving us two wonderful kids, for being the epitome of a role model, and for all the sacrifices that you've made over the years. They have not gone unnoticed, and I thank you for that. And last but not least, to my wife Linda, thank you for being by my side tonight and every night. Thank you. At this point, I want to tell you a little story. You guys got a few minutes, right? I'm going to give you a scenario here. I'm going to take you back 25 years roughly. Becky was about 5. And as I look around, I see a couple guys I used to work with so they can appreciate this. Weather had been bad, and for those of you who don't know, I used to work for Bell Telephone. I was a cable splicer. And weather like this, we were really busy. And it wasn't a matter of they expected you to work, you were being forced to work. You didn't have a choice. So we had been going on for quite a while. And you know, I guess things were winding down a little bit, but it was still miserable. I was on my way home to one night, didn't have a good day, terrible day. One of those days, it's, you know, just write it off. So just to give you the picture, I'm mad at the world. Well, you get the picture. I mean, I'm hot, I'm sweaty. I'm not a pleasant guy. You know, I just want to get home and let's get me off the road. So I make my turn into 3rd Avenue off of Kings Highway. And as soon as I turn, I see some bodies sitting on my front steps. I think, good, and I probably mumbled this under my breath, I'm sure. You know, good God, come on, man. You know, and it's, you know, probably like, gee, with the way my luck's going, it's probably a lynch mob or something. I don't know, you know. So anyway, as I get closer, I realize it's Becky and her mom. And as soon as Becky sees my truck, she takes off like a shot. She comes across the lawn there, and I see her mother, yeah, slow up, and she kind of puts on the brakes just before the beginning of the driveway there. I figured, what's this all about, So I pull in, and luckily I don't have electric windows, and there was wind down windows. They were already down. So I looked at Becky, and her mom said, go ahead, ask him. What's up? She said, Daddy, can I drive? I said, "Can you drive?" And the thing of it was, when I would clean the truck out or something like that, I would let her sit in the truck and play with the steering wheel. And this was a deluxe truck, this was. It had a cassette player. So I probably had half a dozen cassettes in there, and she knew everything that was in there. So I said, reluctantly, I said, yeah, okay. So she came up, she sat on my lap, and I went to put the thing in gear, and she goes, we need music. I said, really? Okay. So what do you want? Bad to the bone. So it's Thorogood. I said, okay. So we flipped that in, I set that all up. So we started moving up the driveway, and probably the slowest drive up the driveway in the economy. So we finally get to the end, and the whole time she's got the steering wheel going like this, and she's in her glory. We get to the front of the garage, can't go any further, I put it in gear, and she's still going, the music's still going. We can't do anything until the music stops. Music finally stops, and she sits there, and it just seems like she was savoring the moment for a couple seconds. And she turned around and looked at me with those big brown eyes, and she said, "Thank you, Daddy," and gave me a big hug, a kiss on the cheek, and told me she loved me. Jumps out of the truck, she's heading across the lawn, and as I'm standing there with a lump in my throat, and my heart is melting, I'm thinking to myself, it dawns on me how much I love this little girl, and how much she loves me, and how important we were to each other, and what big parts of each other's lives we played. And naturally throw in the other two members of our band, Brian and her mom, and we had it all. And as I sat there, and all that anger and all that nastiness just went away. It just disappeared. And my daughter has always done that for me. She has always kept me grounded. She has always reminded me of what a wonderful life I've had, really. I've been very fortunate. I've been surrounded by beautiful women my whole life. Like I said, I felt like a whiner, I was so mad when I came in. But anyway, even to this day, my daughter, whenever I talk to her, and especially when I see her, just grounds me so that I know that I'm such a lucky guy, because she just represents all the goodness that I can possibly think of. And speaking of lucky guys,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Terry, right. It's been my good fortune to know him since he was in high school. And actually, it is now my honor to call him my son-in-law. But I've watched this kid for years, and I know for a fact he loves my daughter more than anything on the face of this earth. And where I come from, that's what fathers pray for at night. A guy like this. A guy that I'm going to put all my trust in to stand my post, if you will, who is going to protect, provide, watch over when nobody else is watching, listen when nobody else is listening, make sure all is well, and if it's not, you make it so. But old habits are hard to break, and I will always be watching. And I will always be listening. Because she will always be that little girl at the end of the driveway. And quite simply, I loved her first. Semper Fidelis. Yeah.
Nicely done.